Yo, 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 what up? It's your buddy, your friend, your pal, Freaky P. And Big Roo as well. We're starting a little bit early for everybody tuned in live, but sometimes we got to do shit like that. So
that means we're ending early. Maybe.
Possibly.
We'll see.
Well, we're here. For most people, you don't even know the difference because you tuned in later anyway. Right. But for everybody else, we're doing it.
Yeah, we got a special guest. That's why we're bringing it early.
That's right.
Schedules and shit.
Absolutely, schedules. So, we got a very special guest on the line, just like we do every week. We're just doing it a little different. Everybody give it up for Stevie Stone.
Yeah.
Yo. What's good, my G?
What's up, brother?
What up?
We're glad we figured it out. It's been a crazy day of schedules, but we're thankful that you're here and you made it. Welcome to Replicon Radio, man.
For sure.
Blessings to be here. Yeah, it's been a little crazy. It's a travel day. I had a show the other night, so I'm actually been traveling. So I'm in the airport right now. We're doing this live from the airport. So.
Hell yeah! Well, we appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to hang out with us. But it's definitely a good problem to have out there on the road. So
most definitely.
Hell yeah! So essentially,
I'd rather be too busy than not busy enough. You know what I mean?
I hear
That's right.
100%. So I know we don't have a whole lot of time since you're trapped in an airport, but essentially, man, what we like to do, we like to go back, man. We want to get to know you. We want to figure out how it all got started. I know you're actually from the area. We're based out of St. Louis, so you're from Columbia with the Tigers, right?
Yeah. And you Tigers, yes. Almost where I was born at. St. Louis is the crib too. You know what I'm saying? I lived in St. Louis for 10 plus years. You know what I'm saying? The whole Midwest, man, for real. But Columbia is my home. That's where I was born. That's where, you know what I'm saying? I got everything, all the utensils to do what I'm doing right now. But I do love St. Louis. I'm actually at the St. Louis airport right now. I love St. Louis. That's the crib too. You know what I'm saying? St. Louis is the. Without St. Louis, it wouldn't be this far. You know what I mean? I got on in St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? With Fat Buddha, Mike and Brad and Ira DeWitt. You know what I'm saying? That was my first goal before any major record deal. I got a production deal out of St. Louis at Fat Buddha. So, yeah. St. Louis, very close to my heart. I love St. Louis.
Absolutely, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, right down the street. It's oddly, it's kind of weird. Back in the day, man, I used to do a radio show years ago, and you were actually going to be on it, you and Spade Ripper, and literally they announced you getting signed to Strange the day you guys were supposed to come down and hang out with us, and you ended up going to KC or some shit. But yeah, me and my boy Havoc used to do a show down there, and Spade came down and kicked it with us.
Definitely. Spade's family. That's a very good close friend of mine. That's family. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, big shout out to Spade Ripper.
So growing up in Columbia, obviously it's not a huge a huge hip hop community or anything. How did you get in? I know, I guess your mother was in choir. Like, how did you start getting into music and hip hop and like?
Man, it's just like music has been in my family since I was young. You dig what I'm saying? Como, even before I think I left Columbia first time around 19 years old, and I came up here to St. Louis, but I went back, and then I ended up coming back because I got a production deal. So, I mean, as far as Columbia, it's a college town. You know what I'm saying? It's like a melting pot, very diverse. You dig what I'm saying? Especially when the kids come in once a year. And as far as my inspiration and everything, it's my household, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, my mother, my sisters, and then, of course, you know what I'm saying, being young and a young male out in the streets, you know what I'm saying, hip-hop and everything else that it brings, you know what I'm saying, and other influences from the streets and everything like that. So it's just it's a combination of everything, you feel me?
Hell yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, growing up with, gospel and choir and things like that, obviously you're gonna get into music, and, I feel like we can see that obviously in your music now, even though it's not necessarily gospel music, but you definitely have that gospel soul.
Definitely.
It definitely hits people.
Definitely, you can definitely tell what I was you know what I'm saying, brought up on and what's instilled in me by like harmonies and melodies and all of that stuff. And then, like you said, the soul, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
There's definitely a lot of soul up in there. So
so I guess when you were growing up, obviously you were into music and you were making music, but you were also basketball player. Like that's kind of where your passion is. Like,
yeah, sports was everything, you know what I'm saying? Not only basketball, it was football too, you know what I'm saying? I got hurt early at basketball. Moms didn't want me to play, at football. So moms didn't want me to play no more because I broke my ankle. I was a running back and everything, but I was very good at that as well. But it's like definitely sports was like number one for me. Music was like number two for me. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially back then, like that's the thing that kind of kept me out of, as much as possible, out of all the bullshit. You feel me? As far as having something to fall back on, as far as like music or sports. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're in a single parent household and mom works 2 jobs, 3 jobs, it's really easy to get into a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? And not saying I didn't. Not that I say that I didn't, but what I'm saying is I love those things so much, especially sports so much, that it kind of, I knew if I was doing this, I'm not going to be able to play basketball. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be able to do this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I guess it helped.
Having a goal or a passion kind of gives you a built-in conscience, even if you didn't have one, because you don't want to fuck up the things you love by doing shit. It definitely makes sense.
Exactly.
So you were actually like offered like a free ride to college, basically playing ball.
Yeah, 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row.
That's crazy.
But
so how did so you got offered? So something. I mean, what's the story there? Like something happened with hip hop, and they just called your name, right? I mean, how did that all happen? So I accepted a full ride offer to DMAC. It's a JUCO in Iowa. So I had accepted verbally an offer there. I was already in Iowa because my father lived in Iowa at the time. And that was a blessing because I literally just went there in the summertime. Didn't know if I wanted to play. I've been playing. Didn't know if I wanted to play, what I wanted to do. And I went to an open gym. And then, like, the college coach just came to me and was like, yo, man, we'll give you a full ride right now, like, type situation. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, at first I was going to take it, but then I got that bug. I ended up doing a show. I ended up coming back to Missouri. I did a show with Tech. You know what I'm saying? And that was like one of your first times on stage. Is that true?
Well, not necessarily my first time on stage, but it's like my first time on this type of magnitude of a show.
I got you.
So this is like Tech show. Tech Time was on there. That's the same day that him and Travis really decided they was going to form Strangemusic. Nelly was actually supposed to have been on that show, but his shit just blew up. So that first record they just came out with probably like 3 weeks prior, just started getting all of that spent. So everything changed on him. But Nelly was supposed to have been there. Tech was there. I remember like Out of Order was there. Twister was supposed to have been there. There was like a bunch of people from the Midwest, you know what I'm saying, supposed to have been there. And it was like, that was a day that really kind of changed my whole past. You dig what I'm saying?
Like because I would do that. Yeah, that's a day in history.
Yeah, that changed my whole path because I'm like, okay, in 2 weeks I'm going to go play basketball. And then I sit there and do a 20-minute show, and I'm like, okay, I'm doing music for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying?
I wasn't even there, and I'm getting chills thinking about that moment. Like, that had to be. So somehow, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but you actually, before Strangemusic, you were on Ruthless after this. How did that come about? How did you get signed to Ruthless Records? From
super dope, you know what I'm saying? Like, and this is a prime example of busting your ass, not waiting for the reward, and the reward comes when you least expect it. Because, like, I was in the process, so Mike Landau, Brad Goldenberg, and Ira DeWitt. If everybody from St. Louis, you tune in from St. Louis, you know who Ira DeWitt is. Yeah. That's the DeWitts from the owner, the wife of the owner of the car is Billy. So they put together this production company called Fly Moose Production. I was one of their first artists that they signed to the production company. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up signing with them. Now, me and Brad and Mike, we had a relationship prior to. probably like 3-4 years prior to, because I was coming up to St. Louis to record and everything. So they gave me the production deal. They was like, yo, we're going to try to get a deal. Don't think if anything's going to happen for 2 years. I'm like, cool. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. You know what I'm saying? Bust our ass, nose down, boom, boom, boom. It was like 6 months later that we had the first office. And really what it was, they put me in to go and do this showcase, Billboard. The Billboard was doing a showcase of a hip-hop and R&B showcase in Atlanta. So they kind of entered me into the contest. I got accepted to go perform. They had hip-hop and they had R&B. And I was the dude that kind of won it at the hip-hop, and there was another R&B group that kind of won it. But Tamika Wright, which was Evie's wife, she got a bag full of CDs. Heard my first mixtape, which is Anyhow Volume 1, was digging it. And then her and Ira ended up just like kind of running into each other. And I was like, so who you feeling down here? You know, so they talking, they doing their thing, they talking. So who you feeling down there? She's like, yeah, I'm feeling, my man. She's like, I'm feeling somebody named Stevie Stone. And boom, that's my artist. And boom, boom, that's how it happened. You know what I mean? So it was literally like a needle in a haystack. You feel me?
Yeah. It was meant to be, though, obviously, right? I mean,
yeah, it was definitely destined. It was definitely destined.
So you put out your first, official, The New Kid Coming. That was back in 2009. So what happened between 2009 and 2012 when you officially signed to Strange?
A whole lot of touring, a whole lot of shit happened in between then. I went on tour with Tech. I came out with the album. Tamika put me on me and Tech always had a personal relationship. You know what I'm saying? That was already family at that point in time. Because I've been opening up for Tech already, like in Colombia and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying, for years before the deal. So they just wasn't signing at that point in time to keep it always funky. But Tech and them always had wanted me a part of what they was doing.
Yeah, that was like the early days when it was just Tech, Chris, and Cut, right? I mean, and they were basically a group more than solo artists at the beginning.
Yeah, and there was more folk than that. There was Prozac, there was Brett Rice and they crew, there was Scatterman, Snug Brill.
Oh yeah.
But it was like mostly folk from Kansas City, you know what I'm saying? So I think they knew that they liked me, they wanted me, but they just weren't in a position to sign people at that point in time. And that shit happened with me so quick, from me moving up there and then to St. Louis, and 6 months later, like being in talks with a deal, and boom, and then I got the deal. So it's like, you know, the Tech and them, they was always proud of me. They was just like, yo, that's super dope, man. I'm glad that somebody got you, you know what I'm saying? Boom, boom. Hope she does right by you, you know what I'm saying? They was always encouraging because, like I said, I think that they wanted it before then, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, you know, I ended up doing The New Kid Coming. I fulfilled my contractual obligations with Ruthless. At that point in time, you know what I'm saying, I had always wanted to be on Strange too, you know what I'm saying? So we went and made it happen, like right after, you know what I'm saying, my contractual obligations was met and everything like that.
Okay, so you just had the one record deal and working the record, and you did all that.
It could have been more, you know what I'm saying? It was my choice.
That's
you feel me?
For sure.
But, you know, I knew what Tech and them had was like longevity. You know what I mean? It's like what they were building was longevity. They got the formula down by getting out there and performing and everything. Back in this time, wasn't nobody performing like on tour like Tech and them.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So nowadays you see everybody on the road. Back then, there wasn't hip hop on the road like that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't seeing a lot of that. I knew Tech was the road warrior. You know what I'm saying? And that was the closest thing to me. You dig what I'm saying? And then him being like one of my favorite artists and very, very close to us and everything. Yeah, it was just the right move for me.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, keep it with the family, keep it close to home. Absolutely. And at that point, you kind of knew. You obviously knew a lot more than you did when you originally met them, and you were in a better position. They were in a better position. It worked out for everyone.
Definitely. Yeah, and then even since then, learning so much more. You know what I'm saying? Understanding. One thing that I did understand back then is what Tech was doing. It was longevity. You know what I mean? There's certain situations you can get in. You have a year. If they don't hit, it's over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I was blessed to get the formula to understand that I can do this as long as I want to do it. and touch the people and everything according to that. You dig what I'm saying? So there's definitely strategy in the organization and all of that in order to make this stuff go. It ain't just like on the whim, just going out and just doing whatever. Nah, it's structure. You know what I mean? And that's what Tech M taught me. You know what I'm saying? The structure, and gave me a chance to do this for as long as I want to do this. Like, okay, you do it this way, you can do it as long as you want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, that's awesome, man. And it's definitely working out. I mean, it's crazy to even think, you know, that was 2012 when, you know, when you put out Rolling Stone, and now we're coming up on 2020. You know what I mean? Like, that's awesome.
Yeah. Some people don't get that many times. You know what I'm saying? I think there's been like 6 top 10 rap albums. It's under the radar, but it's still top 10 rap. Folk don't even realize it, but what this stuff is doing is like going to all these different places and creating my fan base and touching these people. And that's why I'm able to do it for, you know what I'm saying, we'll continue to be able to do it for as long as I want. Just like Tech. He didn't have the birthday. Tech is still going, but it's a certain formula that you do. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Certain formula and certain attitude and organization that you have to, you know what I'm saying, have. And you go out there and you put that in, it brings longevity. You feel me?
Hell yeah. No, absolutely, man. And you're definitely, you know, obviously you got the format worked out. You're out there. You're on the road constantly. New projects all the time.
Yeah.
So I guess I kind of want to go back for a minute to like the beginning days when you were first getting started. How did I know we mentioned him earlier, but how did you and Spade end up linking up? Like he was rolling. He was like your zombie hype man for a really long time.
No, before me and Spade even got clicked up, Spade was doing his own thing in St. Louis. Like when I first came to St. Louis, Spade had this joint called Always. It was like a big joint on the radio. He was like one of the premier dudes that was actually doing it up there. I know he had been on it. He was on the Scarface, J Prince, a couple of their mixtapes and everything like that. So it was just like mutual friends that clicked me and Ripper together. I heard about him when I got there, and I functioned with him. I had this record, and I'm like, yo, I want him on the record. So one of my homies, Big Boo from the Lou, you know what I'm saying? Him and Mike, you know what I'm saying? They pretty much his space. Like, yo, come through. Got this artist up here that, you know what I'm saying, Michael Brass up for functioning with, named Stevie Stone, you know what I'm saying? We got this record. He came up, he heard the record, and he actually fucked with the record. And we did a banger, you know what I'm saying? And that's where it started. You feel me?
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much that's where it started. And then since then, shit, that's my guy. That's family. You know?
Absolutely. Yeah. Shout out to Spade. I remember back in the day, like, a lot of the people in the local scene were always like, you know, hype for Stevie Stone because you brought Spade along, and then next thing you know, we had like Preach on a track with Tech, and it was like, it was a damn good time for the city. You know what I'm saying? Like, people were hype about it. So props to you for all that. Spade's still going. He on my new shit. Me and him got a few records on my new album right now. It's about to be coming out soon. Stay tuned to the new album. But you know what I'm saying? Spade's family. Big shout out to Preach too. Preach's family as well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
There's a lot of guys in St. Louis that's like it's family. Potsy, you know what I'm saying? UV, Jenna, Fresco Kane. Everybody call him Fresco Kane now. There's a lot of people out there that got relationships at the very, very beginning. And we still rock with each other to this day. Big shout out to A-Bird. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
Jule. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys out here, you know what I'm saying? So just stay tuned. There's a lot on the break about to happen, you know what I mean?
That's dope, man. I'm pumped for it. So yeah, speaking of new music, I know you put out this year the Set in Stone EP, which is available for everyone. That kind of started out as singles and stuff, and now it's the full EP is available. And then I got what was it last year? You and JL linked up for the Contraband. How did that whole project come about with you two?
Crazy, man. We out in LA. I'm doing my promo run for Level Up. He's doing his promo run for Dipkiss, and we out there at the same time. The label guys up at the same time. We up there doing our press. And then one of the homies, Mark Breezy, big shout out to Mark Breezy, was just like, yo, man, we got the studio. Y'all want to pop out a quick EP real quick? So we like, hell yeah. Man, that boy went over there and did like 10 songs in like 2 days.
That's dope. Hell yeah.
And so, like, when that shit happened, And it was probably a little bit. It's probably like 7, 8 songs, like 2 days. And then when everybody heard it, as far as the labels and everything, they was like, okay, y'all guys should probably just go ahead and do an album, because we was just working so quick and it was clicking and gelling so well together. But if you do 2 days and you got 7 records and they like all bangers,
that's dope.
It's hard for the label to be like, okay, now we're just only gonna take 4 of these. They like, we want all of these
and more,
and we want you to get some more. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So that's how that happened.
That's dope, man. That's cool that you guys it just happened and you just vibed like that. So is that something maybe the fans can expect more of? Is you guys working together, or any other sort of like collabo type projects?
Well, I mean, I think me and Jay we done put something out there to where it's like, it's no doubt about it that we got to do it again, because it's like a fan favorite right now. So it's gonna come again. We're gonna do it, and then when we do it, we understand it's strictly for the fans. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily something for us, or it's gonna be like boom boom. It's for the fans and give like a gift to the fans. But we'll definitely be doing it again. Right now, he's working on his new project, and I'm working on my new project. But I'm pretty sure after this, we will come back with some more Contraband, though.
Yeah, I know people.
We'll always do some Contraband. There'll always be some Contraband albums in the mix, just because of how it happened and everything. You know what I mean?
Awesome. For sure. So with the success of that, is that kind of something that maybe on your brain about? I know a lot of people do like collabo EPs and stuff like that nowadays. Is that something you thought about maybe with other artists or people, from different platforms?
Yeah, me and Calico are supposed to be and have one called Cali Stone. We still talk about to this day. I mean, that's somebody that we're definitely gonna probably do it in our career. You know what I'm saying? Before this thing's over. You know what I'm saying? Me and Calico, that's my brother.
That'd be amazing.
So me and Calico, we got something planned. So we've been having a
record. I'll be happy.
It'll be a clusterfuck of everything. Singing records, rap records, conscious records. Like me and Calico, we work very, very good together. So like I said, for my brother. So when we do that, it's gonna be special. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be special. We still talk about it to this day, and at some point in time, we will do that in our careers.
Hell yeah, man! That'll be super dope. That's something people are gonna start harassing you for that, like they did teching them for that kibosh that they talked about forever. Now you're all gonna start getting harassed for that one.
Cali Stone.
Hell yeah. Cali Stone. Hashtag.
Hashtag Cali Stone. It's gonna happen, man. Trust that. Believe that.
That's awesome. So lots of new things on the horizon. Set in Stone EP's out now. I know you just did that single with Twisted and Young Wicked, My Bible. That's popping up all over the place.
Yeah, definitely. Big shout out to Twisted. The fellas, we've been long overdue for a minute. They called me up like, Stevie, we got the new album coming out. Tell us if you fuck with this. They sent it to me. I loved it, and there we have it. I was out on the road like in Denver, Colorado. I got into my dude Black Pegasus studio in Colorado Springs, and they you know what I'm saying, they allowed me to get up there and get it done, and we got it done and got it out, you know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
Big shout out to Twisted and the whole Ninja movement, you dig what I'm saying? So big shout out to George and Jamie, all those guys.
Hell yeah, that's a dope track. Yeah, we actually, it's gonna be on the show. Everybody will hear it. But yeah, if you haven't heard it, go peep it. It's an awesome new track, definitely. My Bible. So can we expect? Obviously, you mentioned you're working on a new record. Can we expect some more singles or records or anything like in this year?
Yeah, what's crazy? So what's crazy? It's like it's supposed to be. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you. I haven't said it like too much live. I definitely haven't said it on the radio, but it's a whole nother album coming up. So the Set in Stone, I know you've been seeing everybody coming out with like parts and EPs. Mm-hmm. And Set in Stone was about to be a whole album, but we did it. I went on the road. I got a whole new album coming right now. So these next 4, everything that you hear right now will be from a whole new. And what I just say is stay tuned. It could be tomorrow. It could be next week. It could be a month. But you're about to be hearing some shit. I've been cooking. And there's some things on the deck, and I would say stay tuned. Who knows when it's going to happen? Oh, but you're hearing it right here, right now. There's going to be some shit that's popping off, and it's beautiful. And stay tuned.
Awesome.
Stay tuned. I can't tell you the album name just yet, but there is a new album name out right now, and it's going. We going.
Hell yeah.
All gas, no brakes.
There it is. That's what's up, man. That's good. You're out there pushing it, working it. New shit dropping all the time, keeping up. I know you got a few spot dates. And earlier this year, you were part of the the renewed Strange Noise tour with how did that come about? How did you guys decide?
Mad Child, they reached out. You know what I'm saying? They, of course, Mad Child and Techno did some. They done toured before, and they reached out to me. It was like, yo, Steve, you want to do a Canadian U.S. tour with Mad Child? And Mad Child's a veteran. Been out here putting down work for a minute, so I was already aware of him and aware of his work. We made it happen, man. We went everywhere from Canada to the U.S., like over 40-something dates, you know what I'm saying? So, blessings. Big shout out to the homie, my brother Mad Child. He a beast.
Yeah, it's cool. It's just cool to see that, that tour, the Strange Noise, be, brought back up. And hopefully you guys keep it alive. And, I know that Sub Noise
we brought it back.
Brought it back.
Yeah, we brought it back. Tech and them did it a long time ago. Then after that, I believe Calico, Cut Calhoun, Saigon, and all them, they did it again. So this is like the third time that we brought it back. You dig what I'm saying? So blessings, definitely.
So can we? I know you guys got the Gift of Rap going down December 14th down in Independence.
Right.
Can we expect any more spot? You got some more spot dates or a tour going on this year? Or?
Definitely. Man, that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think my next couple is Arizona. I got two shots in Arizona, 22nd and 23rd of this month. Anybody who knows the area that's tuning in, make sure you come to the function. I believe in the Phoenix, it's going to be Club Red. And the other spot, I don't know it off the top, but you'll be able to go into my IGs and everything, Stevie Stone, and check that out. January, definitely. I mean, we go. So I know they're already booked. I just confirmed like 4 more shows in January and December. So, I mean, there's like, we're going to continue to go. They stay booking. Folks.
Awesome. So yeah, make sure you're Stevie Stone on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. So make sure you guys go out, follow him, keep up on all the tour dates. Look forward to a new record dropping sometime out of nowhere. All kinds of stuff popping off for Stevie.
Yes, it would probably be like that. It'll probably be an announcement after, okay, it's dropping here. That's what it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? I don't know exactly when it's going to drop. I know I got a shit ton of music done. Get back in town like tonight. Like soon as I get back tonight, I'm back in the studio. You know what I'm saying? So it's all gas, no brakes. You know what I'm saying? We working. Stay tuned, and I can't wait to give you guys this beautiful music.
We can't wait to hear it, man. That's dope. I know you're getting ready to catch your flight to get back home. I do have one more question because we asked all of our guests the same shit.
Okay.
Essentially, man, you got 3 records that either just inspired you as a person or as an artist, or just makes you the song you listen to when you're sad or when you're happy, whatever it may be. Just 3 records that you could not live without. What would they be?
I got one for you. My Remedy.
That's a good one. That's this.
You talking about my record?
No, like just in general. Record? No, like you're like that inspires you, like as a person or just as an artist, or like that you would listen to that you just cannot live without having.
My Remedy.
That's what's yeah. I mean, nothing wrong with that. My
Remedy. And you know what it is? I think it's because I wrote it from the heart, and it's like I mean every single thing up in that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I would say My Remedy. There's definitely some other ones out there that from other people that I love.
Yeah, like what three records would be the most inspirational for you or whatever?
Oh man, you talking to someone who does music and loves music like crazy. So, and like I don't know if I can give you 3 right now. I have to think about that, brother.
I mean, they don't have. It's not going to be set in stone. It's just
no pun intended, huh? No pun intended. Feel, man, it's like super tough, man. There's so much different music that I love, so much different shit that you know what I'm saying. I'd rather say I would say My Remedy as far as me, just because of that. Tech Nine got this joint called This Ring. It's like one of my favorite records of all time. You know what I'm saying? This Ring. Nah, there's too much music out there. I don't know, man. There's like 50 songs coming to my brain right now. And if I say one, I'm leaving something out. So I can't answer that question right now.
I got you.
I'm sorry. We have to do another interview.
just for the tracks.
Just for the tracks, and I can come back. I'll be okay. These are the tracks that I want to sit there and play. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, that's what's up. Well, at least we got My Remedy in this week, so we'll just stick with those for now.
those are those two right now, and those are just off the whim. But then I'm up here after you ask the question. I'm up here thinking like, what records are close to me? And there's not one record that comes to me. It's 50 records that come to me. So it's like, yeah.
Right. Well, it's all good.
It's a clusterfuck, man.
Clusterfuck. There you go. Hey, there's nothing wrong with it, man. I mean, I was hoping you'd say something like, Celine Dion or some gospel or something, throw something crazy out there. But
man, that shit, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's some shit like that that's up in there. Like, I can't. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about from my childhood all the way up to now, and picking 3 songs that have touched my life tremendously. I can't say that off the bean. I can't just do that off the bean. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely gonna be something that's not even rap that's done touch me. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So. You feel me? You know what I mean? That's why it's hard for me to say.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Chumbawamba.
There you go, Chumbawamba. Well, we definitely look forward to the new projects. Seeing you out there on the road. Is there anything, any shout outs or anything we didn't get to, or anything you want to make sure you mention before we?
Man, big shout out to everybody that functions with me, that tunes into me, and I appreciate y'all. Without you, there's no me. I should just tune into the new music, the new dates that are coming up. 2020 is going to be a motherfucker. 2019 was a good ride, but 2020 is going to be a hell of a, even more wilder ride. I would say tune in. Tune in.
Hell yeah. Tune in.
All gas, no break.
Make sure you follow him, Stevie Stone, on all social medias. Stay tuned. All kinds of stuff popping. Well, officially, man, welcome to the Replicon Radio family. You're always welcome here, brother. And if you got anything going on, got something you want to get out, you want something to talk about, just hit us up.
Yep, and I want to give you guys a big shout out, and thank you to Replicon Radio for reaching out to me and giving me the opportunity and a chance to come upon you guys' platform and do this interview. Even though it's been hectic us getting it situated, but we made it happen, baby, in the middle of the airport.
Hell yeah. Hey, the first one's always the hardest, man. So now we're acquainted and we're family. So
yes.
Next time we'll make it happen, and it'll be even bigger. So
most definitely, my brother. I appreciate you.
Absolutely, brother. We'll go catch your flight, man, and we're gonna bump some music for everybody to enjoy, and hopefully we'll talk soon, man. Much love.
Most definitely. Make sure y'all bump that zoning, and y'all bump that Check 9 or Stevie Stone featuring Check 9 Flip Mode tonight off the last Set in Stone joint. Those are 2 records I would request.
All right. Absolutely. Hell yeah, man.
Love, my G.
All right, brother. We'll talk soon, man. Peace.
100. Amen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was Stevie Stone, man.
That was pretty good.
Replicon Radio starts in 5 minutes.
Hey! Right. I made it.
But yeah, we started a little bit early, but it doesn't mean we're done. We're just getting started, fam. So stay tuned. We're going to play some Stevie Stone. If you're tuned in on YouTube, well, it's going to go away.
Yeah,
but
head on over to
repliconradio.com. Like he said, repliconradio.com. repliconradio.com. Replicon. Much love to Stevie Stone. There's going to be music playing over at repliconradio.com.